Alright. You're gonna learn something today. Alright. This is Mr. Hornsby83 with another edition of Mr. Hornsby83 Topics. You're seeing everything absolutely silly because this tonight starts a run of topic reviews and a run of wrestling videos up until WrestleMania 31. I'm gonna try to throw some MK stuff in. I'm gonna do a Ninja Turtles review this Sunday, so I'm really looking forward to watching it because finally Bebop and Rocksteady's on that show, but I'll get to that. But now I'm going to talk about the state of wrestling, American pro wrestling, and I'm talking about the three, I guess you say, big companies, ROH, TNA, and WWE. I'm going to start with ROH because, you know what, they're the only ones right now making smart decisions. I mean, they've just re-signed Samoa Joe. They have Alberto El Patron, aka Alberto Del Rio, and they're putting on a better product than both of the other companies right now because, ROH is really on fire right now, and honestly, I'm more entertained by watching ROH right now than I am WWE or TNA because, when TNA first went on Destination America, they had some pretty decent shows, but past few shows have been pretty lackluster, so. But I'll get that when I talk about TNA, which will be next after this, and then I'll talk about the, one that knows everything, but yeah, I mean, putting on great matches, being very entertaining. Their shows don't start with talking. They come out, they wrestle. You see a segment here and there where somebody's talking, or they'll talk right like a couple minutes before the match starts, but, you don't get the crap with, let's do a 20-minute promo, and let's make fun of the freaking internet fans who complain about our product, or complain about guys we're trying to go behind. But, yeah, I mean, ROH, really, I mean, TNA really don't bother me to miss it, but then again, also, they got 11 o'clock showing on Fridays. And then TNA Unlocked, which I figured would have something different, but they freaking actually just have, what they showed the Friday night before. So, anyway it goes, you're seeing what happened on Friday night Impact. I mean, there's still trouble with the commentary. I still hate the commentary, but, the wrestling's great. The in-ring work, the matches and everything is just fantastic, and, I think ROH is about to be that second company because TNA right now is just losing their crap. Which is going to lead me into TNA right now with the fact that, like I said, a few of their shows when they first got on Destination America was really good. Well, I'm not going to say really good, but they were good enough, but lately it's just been kind of lackluster. It's been like, blah, They're doing what WWE's doing, starting with a 20-minute promo by one of the wrestlers or somebody in authority or whatever. And it really gets annoying. We want to see wrestling. And TNA and ROH is supposed to be wrestling driven. TNA stands for Total Non-Stop Action, not Total Non-Stop Talking. If that was the case, you should just call it TNT, Total Non-Stop Talking. Because, especially this past Friday, there was more talking segments than wrestling matches, honestly. I mean, it's just crazy. But, with the world title scene and that, they're doing pretty well with all their title scenes. They're letting you know which guys are going to be fighting for the title, which guys, and I can't wait. Hopefully this Friday, sorry about that. Hopefully this Friday, TNA is going to be good, because it's going to be a three-way match to determine who's going to be, number one contender for the world title, and Lashley. And, I like Lashley. I'm glad he became champion, but it's about time he just stay away from the title for like a few months or so, because he's basically had it for quite a while now. He lost it to Rude and lost it for about a few weeks and then got it right back, but, hopefully he stay. I mean, I love the fact that they put Lashley in the title because I believe Lashley should have been champion in WWE. They could have hyped him like they did Ahmed Johnson, but like with Ahmed Johnson, they probably gave some BS line like, oh, the world isn't ready for a pure black champion. The reason why I say that is because Rock, yes, first black WWE champion, but he's also got part Samoan in him, so technically he's not fully black, but you know, and honestly, I think Ahmed Johnson should have been the first one to be holding that title, but WWE just, you know, there's some things which I'll get more on that when I do my 90s thing, but I mean, TNA is doing some good stuff with the stuff they're doing with Eric Young and that, and really pushing him, and the heel turn's been pretty good. MVP getting boosted to a main event level. I think eventually MVP's going to get the world title. I think he should have won it when he just recently challenged last week for the title last week because, I mean, you start the BDC thing, MVP's been trying to get the world title since last year, and they really didn't pull the trigger with MVP. I don't know why, because right now he's probably the top heel they got in TNA. I mean, you could probably say something like Bram, but you know, you got Bram with the Magnus feud, and now Mickey James getting involved in that, which Mark Times mentioned something about they should involve Mickey James, which because of her being Magnus' wife in real life, and they're having a baby and all that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they got some good plans, and they're going a good direction. It's just their shows lately have been lackluster, and the Lockdown special really. You didn't really see Lethal Lockdown. I mean, you didn't even get the roof on the cage with the weapons on top. But hopefully they pull together and they start, you know, getting closer to Slammiversary and that. Hopefully they start picking up speed, and now that they're getting used to be on Destination America. I do like the fact that they got Josh Matthews now on commentary. And, you know, I didn't like Josh Matthews when he was in WWE doing commentary because of all the stuff WWE makes you say and blah, blah, blah. But Josh Matthews has really stepped up his game in TNA, and he's helped Taz step up his game in TNA, which is pretty good because they're a good commentary team, even though they're pretty much just, you know, they're not at ringside. They're in the studio, so they're saying, oh yeah, these are tapes, so we're in the studio. We don't do the commentary at the show anymore. But, yeah, TNA. Oh, another thing I want to get to, which really ticked me off, really stupid. Why would you let go of you let go of Samoa Joe? Now he's back with Ring of Honor, and not only that, you let Velvet Sky go, but you keep that freaking moron Robbie E. What the heck is wrong with TNA when they do stupid stuff like that? Oh, they couldn't come to a contract agreement with her. You know how many people would probably be happy to see Robbie E. gone? A lot of people. He's freaking annoying. He's stupid. If you want to do the bromance things, you can do Zeon, DJ Zima, and Jesse being the bromance now. Because freaking Robbie E's stupid. At least DJ Z and Jesse is a little entertaining. At least DJ Z anyway. But it's just, you know, you let Velvet Sky go. And yeah, she may not be a great wrestler, but you know, you want to attract the men to the women's division, you gotta have women like Velvet Sky in it, but they're just stupid. But you know, they did one good thing they did. They brought back Awesome Kong, which her stint in WWE I thought was complete garbage, karma. And then she announced, I'm pregnant, so I gotta take some time off. And that was retarded. Of course WWE would come up with something stupid like that. Which I'm about to get to WWE here in a minute, and I'm probably going to rant a little bit more than what I just did about the Velvet Sky thing. But, you know, TNA, clean your act up, get rid of garbage like Robbie E. Get rid of, you know, start making your shows better. You know, I mean, maybe this Friday things start working well. Slammiversary coming up soon, and I'd love to see TNA do well and finally give WWE at least a little bit of a threat, but TNA or Ring of Honor ain't going to do that unless they get some big time money. Alright, now on to the WWE. And I want to start out, first off, with the promo that Triple H cut Monday on Raw, which really, I'm sorry, it ticked me off. It ticked a lot of people off. I know Mark Tynes really had a big rant about it, but I don't blame him, because what Triple H said You know, and this is the problem with WWE. They sit there and they want you to get on their social network garbage and that. They want you to order their WWE network for $9.99. They want you to freaking sit there and use the WWE app, but yet when you dislike someone, they want to get behind like a freaking Roman Reigns who can't wrestle worth crap, and then you want to sit there and freaking call these people that talk about it and talk about their dislike in what WWE's doing. They want to sit there and call you internet marks. This is why I'm not a wrestling specific show, because one, I'm a fan of wrestling, but I cannot stand the garbage that WWE throws when they want to take cheap shots at people on the internet. And I've made my point about the IWC. I could care less about them because they're a bunch of freaking idiots and hypocrites anyway. And it really ticks me off that WWE does not care about their fans as much as they claim they do. If they did, they listen to their fans, but they don't. They sit there and call them internet marks just because they don't want to be behind Roman Reigns. You know, if you got behind someone like Seth Rollins, I'm sure everybody likes the fact you're getting behind him. Dean Ambrose, you're pushing. I'm sure a lot of people liking the fact you're getting behind him. Daniel Bryan, I'm not a big Daniel Bryan fan, but I respect him, and he's a great wrestler. And we would like it if he was getting pushed. But no, you want to give us garbage like John Cena and Roman Reigns, and then when we talk about these garbage pieces of trash, you want to sit there and get mad and call us internet marks. And I'm getting so sick and tired of WWE taking cheap shots at their fans and then labeling us the WWE Network. We're fans, not frickin' or WWE Universe. Ugh. WWE Universe. We're not a part of your universe. This is why WWE has put on garbage, because they're so stupid and they got their heads up their own frickin' backsides. They don't realize how stupid they're making mistakes. And what's good for business is what's bad for business. Look at the CM Punk situation. Y'all could have handled that better, and you'd have one of your top guys, one of the best wrestlers, a guy that outsold crappy John Cena in merchandise, but yet he was a frickin' mid-card champion, and you frickin' treated him like trash, didn't give him no time off, and then when he wanted the main event WrestleMania, you didn't want that, because you wanted frickin' old has-beens like Batista and frickin' Randy Orton fighting, or you want somebody like Roman Reigns. And I've done said, I don't mind Roman Reigns because he's a new face to the title. That means the Cena era is finally over. But we still gotta look at Cena week in and week out on our frickin' TVs, even if he's fighting Rusev for the U.S. title or if he's fighting someone else in the frickin' mid card. WWE's just frickin' ridiculous with their garbage, and this is why people are turning. Well, not the IWC, because they're a bunch of frickin' idiots and hypocrites themselves. They want to sit there and call somebody a retard because they take what WWE takes. But, they sit there and they waste their time doing YouTube videos and being a part of the internet wrestling community to frickin' talk about them. And then they'll say, oh, I'm never going to watch it again. And then a week later, they're doing a review and talking about the show on Raw. They've done some good things. I like the direction they're going with some of the young talent. But you should have did this a couple years ago, because you got a frickin' part-timers champion. I'm not a big Lesnar fan either, and I could care less if he goes back to UFC or not. Just as long as he loses the title, I don't care. I know a lot of people are big Brock fans, but I never really liked Brock Lesnar when he first started. I never really liked, and I didn't blame Stone Cold for walking out because they wanted him to lose to Brock Lesnar. Just ridiculous. But yet you want to bury freaking guys like Booker T and Goldberg and that when they came in from WCW, just because y'all had some kind of agenda against WCW because they were outdoing you in ratings, because you were giving us garbage that you're giving us now. But give me a minute to calm down. It's just, I try to be objective with WWE. Sometimes I understand their decisions, sometimes I don't. I understand why they possibly went with Roman Reigns, because he'd be more believable to beat Brock Lesnar than Daniel Bryan. But it's just the freaking way they treat their fans, the way they treat the freaking people that work there. Guys like Dolph Ziggler bust their tails and don't get nothing. They take the Intercontinental title and treat it like a joke, have people playing hot potato with it by stealing it in that. One of the greatest titles ever created, the Intercontinental title, and y'all want to sit there and treat it like it's a toy or something you could steal and just act like you're the champion. That's just retarded. Then you take some of the most talented guys from other areas like Ring of Honor or TNA or New Japan or AAA or whatever, and then you just freaking waste their talents. I hope they don't do that with Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen. I like to care less about Sami Zayn because I really, but you know, Kevin Owens, that I was a big fan of, and you all talk about there's not another Stone Cold. That guy could be your next Stone Cold. That guy could probably get you ratings. That guy can wrestle, unlike the guys you want to put on the top who don't deserve to be there because they didn't work hard for it, and then when they get to that top spot, like I will say this though, when John Cena first was about to get the title run, I was okay with that because guess what? John Cena was actually entertaining back then, and he was getting the fan reaction. The fans were loving him. But, you know, Roman Reigns, nobody liked this guy. Everybody wants to see either Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins be champion. And I'll have a prediction on what's going to happen with that when I do my WrestleMania thing. But probably after WrestleMania, I probably won't be tuning in to WWE much after that. One reason why I want to stick around for WrestleMania is because it's WrestleMania. I want to see how things go, how they book things, and, you know, going into this new era now, finally. And they need to have a rotation of guys as champion. John Cena was just one guy who you freaking put on the top. Even though you had the guys on SmackDown, and when Batista left, you're all like, whoa, they just crapped themselves and like, oh, crap. But, you know, then they just kept force-feeding us Cena and Orton. Which, you know, I like Randy Orton. I never liked Cena. But, you know, WWE's problem is they want, I mean, the thing with Sting, too, that was kind of smart. But then what he said about, you know, just, and you know what, if I was Booker T during that freaking promo, I would have said, you know what, I know how you are to Triple H, because back in 2003, you cut a promo 6 days before WrestleMania burying me, and then you go and follow through with it by burying me at WrestleMania. But because of Booker T being a great wrestler, something a guy like Cena or Roman Reigns will never be, he built himself back up and became great. Like frickin' Steiner, Goldberg, they couldn't recover from that because they weren't as great as Booker T. Rob Van Dam did the same thing to him, buried him. But you know what? You're not the only ones that were stupid with him. The guy that had him before that was stupid with him. And yes, I'm talking about Mr. Paul Heyman. Everybody talks about how brilliant Paul Heyman is. Well, if Paul Heyman was so brilliant, why did ECW go under? You know why it went under? Because they gave garbage guys like Steve Corino, Mike Awesome, frickin' Rhino, and that Just Incredible. You gave those guys the title before you gave guys like Tommy Dreamer, Rob Van Dam. Tommy Dreamer held the title and held it for like 2 seconds and then got freaking beat by Just Incredible. Yes, that was amazing. That was a smart business move, Paul. That's why your company's out of business right now, because of your stupidity. And, you know, and you took a freaking guy like, then you kept putting the title on Terry Funk several times. And although he was a great wrestler, I'm not denying that, Shane Douglas should not have had the title as much as he did. There was other guys that deserved it more. Shane Douglas, great wrestler, but he can't carry a company by himself. You could have put other guys in that position. But, you know, it's WWE just, and, you know, I love the stuff on WWE Network, some of the old stuff where they dub the music and replace it with their music. Like I was just watching something on there earlier, Super Brawl, and Jericho's coming out, and it's not the song he had in WCW. They're playing Break the Walls Down. But, you know, if WCW had not been stupid and made dumb mistakes and wouldn't have relied on the stupid NWO so much, they would have killed WWE, and WWE would probably be the one dead right now. But no, Bischoff got stupid because of he had one amazing, great idea, and he kept sticking with it, and he kept holding guys down that were freaking great for freaking has-beens like Hogan and Flair and Sting and freaking, you know, that. I mean, look at what Goldberg had to go through in WCW as well. Just ridiculous. And WWE, you know what? You're lucky TNA and ROH ain't at the level that, you know, ECW or WCW is at, because you know what? You'd be underground and you'd be buried, and you know what? People probably wouldn't care. But, you know, they're the machine. They're the greatness. That's where greatness goes. You know, that's why some of them guys that went from the indies to the mainstream went back to the indies because of how freaking pathetic WWE is. And I'll give Triple H credit on some things. He is trying to. He has made NXT great, but you know, just you know, WWE wants to sit there and disrespect people. Want to push guys they want to push. They don't care less what anybody thinks, and you know they want to call people internet marks. It's just stupid, and you know. I got a lot of pissed up rage with WWE right now, but you know, the only reason why I buy the figures is because my son wants them. But you know, figures I won't pay for, John Cena. I won't pay for a John Cena figure ever. You can ask my son that yourself. Long whatever, nobody wants that. Alright, well, I'm gonna wrap this up. I've ranted enough. You know, I had some other things to say, but you know, I got into a rant mode, so that's just how mad WWE's made me lately. But yeah, tune in. I'm gonna do another video Friday. I'm gonna do who should have been champion from the 90s. I don't know if I'll do early 90s and then go down to late 90s later in the year, or I might just do all completely 90s and head into 2000 to the next one. But Sunday we'll be doing a TMNT review. Till then, peace out.